Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another one. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. To this one, we are going to talk about the difference between faith and fear. So we all know what faith is. Basically stands for false evidence appearing real, and faith is basically the opposite of fear. It's like, I would say, it's a force that drives you forward. You understand? It's like a forward force, you know. However, fear, it's an opposing force that drives you backwards. So we look at this in the days of David and Goliath, right? So basically, in the days of David and Goliath, this is a beautiful story that I like to read. So what I can highlight from that is that, look, basically, David's father never saw him as a king, but God saw him as a king. And David's brothers saw him as a shepherd, but God saw him as a king. Goliath, saw David as a dog, but God saw a warrior that could defeat Goliath. So this is what faith is all about. This is where we see the unseen, this is where we can say, basically, is that thing of like where even though the odds are in your favor, are against you, it just things tend to turn around and make it happen. Okay, so that's basically about faith. This is why I say, when you have something you want to do, have faith on it. You understand? Keep the faith, even if there are periods where it doesn't happen, where it doesn't really go to according to plan. You need to work on that. You need to believe in yourself. As we all know, I always say this: I'm a rugby player and I'm a farmer, but my rugby journey never came easy. There were ups and downs. There were days where I had to read that team lineup list and my name was never there. But regardless, I still had to show up and give it 100%, like somebody that's playing. That is what faith is all about. I believed in myself for 6 years, and right now I'm at a level whereby it really paid off. I can really say that this really paid off. So this is what faith is all about. It's seeing the unseen. It's believing when there's no evidence to believe, when there's nothing. This is why I live by the scripture that I have put on. It talks about Hebrews 11 verse 1. It talks about how faith, it says faith is a substance of things not seen and evidence of things hoped for. It means there's evidence where there's things that are not seen. It gives evidence to what is not seen. Let's look at the greatest figures in history. Basically, in front of me here I have a lamp that I used to study. If it was not for an inventor called Thomas Edison with a light bulb story, we wouldn't be talking about this. We wouldn't be here. I'm recording with my iPhone, basically, that came from Steve Jobs, because he believed he wanted to create one of the best phones ever known, and here we are. So that is what faith is all about. Let's look at Lamborghini. We know Lamborghini, we know Ferrari. Yes, the cars, right? Pagani, Ford, Henry Ford, and Mercedes. These are people that had faith, and they had faith in their inventions, and they made it happen. This is what faith is all about. It's seeing the unseen, it's believing when there's no evidence to believe, when there's nothing to believe. And I'm also into farming, but I believe I'll be one of the best farmers in the country. I'm gonna kill it, even though I have nobody backing me up. That's okay, because God gave that in me. God is seeing a farmer in me. God is seeing a rugby player in me, even though nobody sees it. And there's also this, I forgot his name, but the vacuum cleaner guy that the guy did a lot of thousands failed experiments, but he made it happen. You see, so this is what it's all about. He had faith. He went bankrupt in the process, but he made it happen. That is what faith is all about. It's believing when there's nothing. So it's that thing that pushes you forward. Believing when there's no reason to believe. And this is why I believe that faith is that thing that really, that's what you need. So I don't know who I'm talking to, but my advice is, have that faith, believe in it, give more power to faith than fear, because fear will hold you back. I'm talking from experience because my fear held me back, and it held me back a lot. It really, let me say, I was afraid. I was afraid because I was stepping into the unknown. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But that is what faith is all about. That is where faith came into place, and it pushed me forward. All right. So yeah, I think that is basically sums up the difference between faith and fear. Yeah, faith is very important when you want to move forward. But if you want to stay where you are, then by all means you can feed your fear. You can go ahead and feed your fear. But if you want to move forward, please feed your faith and believe in yourself, even when there's no sign. God sees the greatest rugby player in me. That's gonna play nationals one day. Hopefully I'll be recording having that jersey, and yeah, as time goes by, or somewhere there. But I believe it has to be at least nationals, play for my country, and playing the World Cup. Okay. And God sees a farmer, one of the best farmers. Even most people don't see that. That's okay, but that is what God sees in me, and that's also what I see in myself. Every time I wake up, I look in the mirror, I just see myself being one of the best farmers. Yeah. So that is my faith. That is what it's all about. It's believing when there's no evidence to believe, when there's no reason to believe, and walking until you make it happen. And yeah, you see, this is the sport that I play most, rugby. I kept pushing, and here I am. It paid off. Yeah. And it opened doors for me, where I traveled to South Africa, and where I traveled in my across my country, where I went to like Swakopmund, all these places. And yeah, next weekend I'm going to Swakopmund again to play another game. So yeah, that is what faith is all about. It's believing when there is nothing to see. And yeah, hopefully in the next video I don't know how it will be, but if they manage to like record us play, I will show something. Yeah. So I believed in this rugby journey, and it paid off, and I'm gonna believe in this farming. I'm gonna have faith in it, and it's gonna pay off because of my faith. So yeah, that is it from me, guys. And fear, just the opposite of faith, is basically the one that stops you, the one that keeps you there paralyzed, even worse than the person that is in a wheelchair. It just keeps you there. This is why I always advise, have faith always. If you want to move forward, especially if you are stepping into the unknown, into something you've never done before, have faith and move forward. Okay, this is it from me, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Cheers, everyone.